Can you tell us about the circumstances of your pregnancy?
Yes, I was 16 and I was seduced, raped. I don't really know what it was, but it was by my parents' friend. We would often go to their house, and he cornered me one day and he said that I would have to do what he told me to do. If he didn't, he would tell everybody that I stole something from his house. He made all these threats. He had 2 daughters, and I found out later that he also seduced them too. So he was a pretty disgusting man. I didn't really understand that it was sex. I didn't really know what it was, but I was frightened enough to do what he told me to do. And then a few months later, I was throwing up all the time, and my breasts were getting bigger, and they weren't very large to begin with, so they hurt. And I had a friend who was in college, and he was a very good friend of mine, and he had a girlfriend, and so he told me to pee in a bottle. In those days, you couldn't go to the drugstore and get a pregnancy test. To get a pregnancy test, you have to make an appointment with the doctor and go to the doctor's office, and they would do a test, and then it would be a few days later where they call your house and tell you. I never even tried to do that because I lived in a little town. The town doctor was my parents' doctor also, and I didn't want anybody to know what was going on. So I gave my friend my urine, and she took it to the college from the clinic, and they told her that she was pregnant. So he in turn told me I was pregnant, and I was very, very upset. Because I had no idea that what I had done would cause pregnancy. And I didn't really know what to do. I came from a well-to-do family, and I was set on college. That's where I was going to go and have a career and have a life, and I could not see myself having a child. It was like no way, no how. So I inquired about living with some family and going through the pregnancy. And I'm Jewish, and the people that I was talking to felt that nobody would want a child of mine because I was Jewish.
How did it unfold for you?
Well, once I decided I had to get an abortion, once my friend David said, "You really have to get going on this, and what can I do to help you?" And I said, "You can do everything to help me because I have no idea what to do, where to go." And he was in college. So, of course, a college guy to a 16-year-old seems to be all-knowing. And he was all-knowing to me, and he was my best friend. So my friend David dropped me off about a block away from this man's apartment, and he gave me the money. My friend David gave me the money, and knock on the door, and this man, gigantic big man, in a bloody apron. He looked like a butcher. And so he said, "Oh, you're here?" And I said, "Yes." And he pulled me in, and he said, "Where's the money?" And I gave him the money, and then he punched me. And I woke up on the floor, and I was bloody, and he was gone. So I was totally freaked out. I didn't know if the abortion had happened. I was in a lot of pain, and there was blood all around the bottom of my body. I almost died. I had a septic infection. The illegal abortion was scary, unsanitary, and I wound up very, very sick and wound up in the hospital. And I, at 16, knew I could not bear to have a child.